Now I'm being joined by NCP leader Zeeshan Siddique, who recently joined the party, I will say today only, and he had got the AB form to contest from this very constituency, that is Bandra East. Zeeshan, thanks for speaking with us. My first and direct question to you: why NCP? Because you were already member of Congress, you were representing Bandra East constituency. Then why all of a sudden NCP?
See, I think that decision to make was for the Congress and the Mahavikas Aghadi. They already announced a candidate from Shiv Sena Ubatta a couple of days back. Shiv Sena Ubatta announced their candidature from representing Mahavikas Aghadi. So, if they have made their decision, I've always said that my father has, brought me up in a way that we don't have to leave any fight in the middle. So, and NCP has always been a party that has stood with my family. My father was a part of the NCP, and Ajit Dada, Praful Patel ji, Tatkare ji have always been like family. So, I've joined them. I thank them for trusting me in these tough times and for giving me an opportunity. And I'd like to believe that we will contest Bandra East in full force and win the elections by a record margin.
Zeeshan, if we see in the last recently held Lok Sabha elections, the way people of Maharashtra back Mahavikas Aghadi, especially Congress, NCP and Shiv Sena, do you think it was a right decision that you have made when the entire result was in favor of Mahavikas Aghadi and not in favor of Mahayuti?
See, to be honest, I would not like to comment on the rest of Maharashtra because of the ongoing scenario in my house. I have not got the chance to understand what is going on in the rest of the state, but I can speak about my constituency, Bandra East per se, and the work that I have done. In 2019 also, I won on a Congress ticket after many terms of Congress not being able to even come second or third in Bandra East. And after that, we made sure that there's a base of Congress in Bandra East, but they completely ignored us. Since the last 2.5 years, I've been asked by the Congress High Command to either fight from Warsaw, fight from Baikala. They've been offering me different seats because apparently Uddhav ji has been eyeing this seat. But if you have a sitting MLA, then it's your duty and prerogative to actually fight for your MLA and make sure if he's a young MLA to fight for his rights and not give the seat to Alliance. If that is done, then what will the Congress cadre and the Karyakarta do?
But what was another problem? Because we have seen that you had that verbatim with Congress leaders, especially from the Mumbai. Then we have seen that in last 2 years you had a lot of tweeted about the Shiv Sena leaders, especially who were minister from this particular constituency, MLC minister. So what was the basically problem with the Mahavikas Aghadi you were having that time?
See, as soon as I became MLA, the MLC and the minister, Mr. Anil Parab, who you're talking about, he made sure that life wasn't easy for me. There used to be openings in front of my office and I used to not be invited. And when I was in government, all the government officials were told not to work if I tell them to do a certain thing. So I was completely overshadowed, or tried to be overshadowed especially. So I always, I'm not the type of person who minces his words. So I always asked Mr. Anil Parabji in person and through the media that why is he doing this? So I remember he telling me that, because of you, I have had to face a lot of wrath from the bungalow. I'm not going to make life easy for you. And ever since when allocation of funds or anything for Mahavikas Aghadi, it used to be Anil Parab and not me, and nobody from the Congress family, nobody from Maharashtra Congress, the leaders, the ministers back then stood for me, and that was a very unfortunate series of events.
But you were having very good relation with a few top leaders from Mumbai. Did they even support you or took a stand for you?
See, when the time of need is there are very few people who actually you can rely on. And you see, I've seen a lot of colors of people's faces being changed over the last 2 weeks also after my father has left for his heavenly abode. And even back then, there were a lot of changes I've seen in people. A lot of people I thought I could rely on, but they were just, hypocrites to say the least.
But now we'll talk about the upcoming elections. Now the UBT has given a candidate from this very constituency from where you are representing. Usually in such scenario, when there is kind of a tragedy or say demise of a leader or in the house, usually they give a kind of a friendly fight usually happens, or otherwise they don't give a candidate. But now UBT has fielded Varun Sardesai, who is contesting his first election, but again from we can say Thackeray family. Your tweet was very much direct. Yeah. I'll again ask you, how do you feel when they have given candidate against you? Because few years back, you all were friends.
See, as I told you, I'm the kind of mindset I am in right now. I'd like to call a spade a spade. I don't have time to even think and politicize issues. But the politicization happened through the Mahavikas Aghadi. Ever since I lost my father, Baba Siddique ji, a lot of people came home. They told me that don't worry, we're going to make sure that you're unopposed as a tribute to your father. Don't take any harsh decision right now. We're not going to announce anyone. And all of this happened from the Congress High Command also and from Shiv Sena UBT also. So in these tough times for me and my family also, they did try to play games with me and they did try to politicize the issue. And said one fine day SSUBT just went ahead and announced their candidature. They've done this in the past also, and it's very unfortunate that Congress, being a national party and being the front runner also in the last Lok Sabha elections in Maharashtra, they have to succumb to pressure from SSUBT, and the sooner they realize that SSUBT is an enemy rather than a friend, it'll be better for the whole Congress party and for the cadre.
Almost for, we can say, 5 years you stayed in Mahavikas Aghadi. Have you ever got this kind of feeling that the Mahavikas Aghadi basically, or especially your party, Congress, they don't listen to the smaller parties, alliance partner, or even the, we can say, younger leaders from their own party, they don't back? Because right now we have been told that Abu Azmi, who's also a family friend of yours, he has basically demanded that Mahavikas Aghadi should give them 5 seats, the Congress, but they are not ready to give any kind of assurance. So even you face similar kind of situation?
The feeling you're talking about, I have faced every minute of the 5 years I have been a part of the Mahavikas Aghadi, because they not only don't value us, but they just don't take us into consideration. I've always said that Mahavikas Aghadi wants the votes of minorities, but they will even, not even talk about minorities. They'll not do anything. They will not give representation to minorities. And other than that, when they talk about young leaders, even in Congress meetings, young leaders were not even allowed to speak. Like there were a couple of us who tried to put up points.
You never got a point to speak.
There was so many times when I used to be like, listen, Anil Parab is doing this, so they should be like, no, let's talk in closed doors. And those closed door meetings never happened. The government was only for the 12 people who were ministers from Congress, not the other MLAs. And every MLA at that time would tell you so. Maybe because of the elections they'll tell you otherwise. But at that time when we used to sit, they used to say that only 12 people are a part of Mahavikas Aghadi because they have their own portfolios and they did nothing for the MLAs.
Zeeshan, I would like to ask few questions regarding your father's murder, I will say.
Yeah.
So far 9 to 10 people have been arrested in this case, but no major breakthrough because Mumbai police is still investigating this matter, and they have not basically got to know that what was the motive and who basically sent them. You have met Mumbai CP on a couple of occasions. What basically information you have got? What exactly? Because police is not revealing much. They are not coming on the record and not revealing much about this particular murder.
See, I'll be honest with you. I read more from the media than the information which is given to me, which is very surprising at this hour as well. The only thing is when I meet the CM, when I meet the CP and the joint CP and all the deputy CM and all of them, the HM and all the police officials, I just request them that I'm not coming here as an MLA. I'm coming here as a father who's lost his, as a son who's lost his father in the matter of a couple of minutes, because I was with dad about 2.5 minutes before this unfortunate incident happened. And the people who've done this are obviously not human, because they cannot, if they were human, they wouldn't come and shatter somebody's family in the span of minutes. And more than who has done it, we need to get behind who was the conspirator of all of this. And my father lost his life saving the people's houses, people's rights, etc. And I would like to, I would request and demand that justice is given to me and my family, because life will never be the same for us without dad.
Your recent tweets regarding this particular incident were very much indicative. So what exactly, it seems that you know something about it, or you have got a hint of it, you want to say that, because right now also you said your father lost his life while saving houses or livelihood for many people. So what exactly you wanted to tell or convey to the Mumbai police or the people of Mumbai or Maharashtra, and do you have any kind of hint regarding this entire incident?
See, there is a sort of a Gunda Raj going on in Wandris right now when it comes to builders, being friendly with people like Anil Parab ji also. There has been places where Mr. Anil Parab goes on record on stages and says that tomorrow you have to sign the papers, but I won't tell you who the builder is, and people have to believe that. And then I have to take meetings and tell them that, anyone tells you anything, make sure you read the fine tuning and then sign things. And my father has always been a person who's been fighting for these people. Even when there was an FIR on me a couple of months back, because I just went and told people that if you feel like signing, you do that, but don't come under the pressure of anybody. There was a lot of pressure from the builders or what, from these local leaders, as I said. And after that, if such an incident has happened, I will be bound to believe that my father lost his life saving the people's houses. There will be a lot of anshans I've taken. There have been a lot of things that I've done to make sure that the people get their houses where they want in the places of Andhra East. And whatever direct and inclinations and thoughts we had as a family, we have given it in our statement to the Mumbai police, and I'm hoping that justice prevails very soon.
How do you see this Bishnoi angle basically coming into play? Do you feel that your father was very close to Salman Khan and that's why this Bishnoi angle has been coming to the play, or even Mumbai police is investigating on that angle? So did you get a chance to have word with CP on this particular angle, and what is your personal thought about Bishnoi angle?
So my personal thought or my personal request to the Mumbai police was to explore all angles, because certain narratives were being set even before Dad was admitted to the hospital. While we were taking Dad to the hospital, somebody told me that Bishnoi is done in Assam. I mean, if the people are not caught here, Dad has not even reached the hospital, and people are trying to. I don't rule out anything, nor do I say anything with affirmation till the investigation is done. But all I want from the Mumbai police and from everyone is to make it, for them to feel my pain, my family's pain, because we've lost everything. Our family is never going to be the same again. So to make sure that all angles are covered and they will find the truth will eventually come out.
Zeeshan, last question. When this incident happened, in this a shocking incident happened, we were quite shocked. And when we were basically trying to explore that what exactly happened, what went wrong, but that time when information came that Baba Siddique few days back of this incident, say 15 days back, he had received a threat call. It was a death threat, and he was reported that to the local police. But we haven't got any confirmation from Mumbai police. So I want to ask you, did he receive any kind of death threat, or there was any kind of a death call which he had received, and after that his security was increased?
My father has always been a fun-loving person. You all know that. He did not receive any death threat recently, not that I know of, not that my family knows of. And we've always been fighting for the downright people, for the marginalized people and the weaker sections of the society, the poor people. So I just feel like maybe someone was not happy with that, and they thought that Dad and I would probably be a hindrance to them while they're trying to exploit the poor people. And that's why I believe that I've been told, and I've been reading it, that we both were on target, but somehow in my dad's last moments he protected me. And now that I'm alive, I believe that there's a reason for me to be alive, and that is to continue his fight. And no, there was no particular threat as such. And we did apply for security because, even a few months back when I was in London, there was a rumor, there was a media, something played that there was a firing outside my house, which turned out to be false. But I think more precautions could have been taken after that. Security should have been increased for my father, which was not increased.
Whose fault was it if it was not in case after the request given by Baba Siddique, who was a former minister and also leader of one of the party? Whose fault do you think?
See, I don't know. There are lots of things that have to be taken into consideration. That he had got one extra guard, but that guard apparently left a few minutes before this incident. So I just want Mumbai police to make sure all angles are covered. What was the timing of that guard to come in the morning? What time did he leave? Right now I'm not talking as a public representative. All I'm talking is about like a son, because I was with him 2.5 minutes before this happened. I left to eat, and then I got a call that completely, shook my world, and I never got to talk to my father after that.
The way, sorry I'm taking time, but the way this thing was completely, I will say, executed when the Dussehra rally was happening there. When the procession was happening there, it was a crowded, we can say, streets outside your office. There was no CCTV, but police personnel were there, and in that entire crowd, this was executed. Do you think that it was a failure of intelligence, failure of a Mumbai police intelligence? Because if it happened, it can happen with the VVIP person, the VIP person, or with the former minister. Then how you can say that that the people in Mumbai are safe?
No doubt that there has been an intelligence failure. I mean, if somebody is here since 1 month and are doing recces everywhere, then how can you say that it's not an intelligence failure? I mean, I am not the type of person who will mince my words. I've lost my father, and I've lost my father in the most brutal way. just a few minutes before he kept telling me how he wants me to get married and he wants to play with his grandkids. That's never going to happen again. So I've lost my father, I've lost my family's lost everything. So it is an intelligence failure, and it has been 2 weeks, and I am in continuous touch with the Mumbai police and the officials, and we demand justice, and I believe we are getting closer to justice is what I've been told. And
what do you mean by getting closer to justice, if you could tell?
that is what I've been, that is what the answer I'm giving. I've been given, and like how you are asking me questions, we as a family ask those questions, and these are the answers we are getting.
So you have also not got any kind of clarity from Mumbai police that what exactly is happening in this case?
I wake up in the morning, I read the news, and that has more information than the information I get from the Mumbai police.
That's what we heard from Mr. Zeeshan Siddique, who was basically telling his experience with the Mumbai police, and he completely said it was a complete intelligence failure on the part of Mumbai police. And as he joined NCP, he will be contesting from Bandra East constituency against UBT candidate Varun Sardesai.